Damn. Sugar. Onion powder. Garlic powder. Lots of garlic powder. Soy sauce. One egg. And I needed some ginger, and I don't have ginger, and my thing says I can use a tea bag and just take a tablespoon, as long as the tea bag doesn't bust. And it should be about a tablespoon. Ginger. Now, I was supposed to have real ginger, but I don't have any. I'm gonna tell you this. I'm smelling it. It smells good. I'm gonna let it sit, but I'm gonna put some more marinating on it. I'm gonna make sure I mix it up with some love, boys and girls. And I'll be back in 30 minutes, maybe 40. It doesn't say, I don't believe it says pepper. It says salt, sugar, soy sauce, 1 egg, tablespoon of oil. Dang, forgot. And a tea bag. But I'm in the room reading an email from Cora. She made some devil eggs, so my eggs are boiling. Oh, they smell good. Now I'm gonna drain off my liquid. That's a lot of good seasoning, boys and girls. Yes, indeedy. I think that's good enough. supposed to put a dusting of cornstarch, just a dusting. But I am almost positive I have a little bit too much liquid in here. But I didn't want to toss my chicken in actually in the sink, so I put a little bit more cornstarch on it just to be on the safe side. Ooh. Woo! Mm. I don't know why my eggs look like that, but all of them look like that. Just about anyway. Did y'all get snow? Woo! Everybody is hunkered in around here. Mm-mm. I'm eating all of this. All of this. I love devil eggs. I don't make them because my daughter took my tray. I never have anywhere to put them, but I'm going to eat them on this plate today. Ooh, Lord have mercy. This is one food I don't want to share with no one. have paprika on my eggs before because I never had any paprika when I had deviled eggs, but I heard about it and I saw it on Coral's eggs. I said, oh no, I have to make me some of that. Oh no. Nope, 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 nope. I probably don't like it because the eggs are hot. Ugh. I don't like hot eggs. Ooh, no, no. Ugh. Nope. No, boys and girls, that's not nice. Missing something. I haven't made it in so long. Oh, I like mustard in mine. I know I like mustard in mine. I like mustard in mine. There you go. It's not quite where I need it, but I have to take me an enzyme pill before I blow up this building with this egg. I don't know what to do with that yet. I know what to do. I'm going to message Coral. Coral says she just uses the paprika, so I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in there, maybe a little bit of I don't know. Something's missing. I think it's because the mayonnaise is hot, but I just dropped that in there. Trying to hurry up because I'm sleepy. My sleep just hit me really hard, which means I don't have much longer before I hit the floor if I don't go in that bed. I actually need that piece of paper for my desk. Oh, it smells so good. I have a drop of Dawn dish detergent. I have about this much vinegar and this much water, and it smells so refreshing. I love when I fill up my bottle again. I'm not washing any dishes until I wake up. I'm just gonna spray them because I'm getting sleepy. But my rice is made because I'm supposed to be making another meal. I'm hoping, I do believe my chicken is done. know what happened. I hope this smoked paprika is the same one that Cora put on hers, because I think there's two different types. I've never put paprika on my eggs. I never had any. It was time to make it. Ooh, I can't wait till they get cold. Mm. I just want to make sure this chicken is done before I take it out. I am going to sit down for 5 minutes and close my eyes, give me a little refresh. But I don't want to take my chicken out unless it's actually done. Oh, it's done. Oh no, it looks like it's done, but I need like another minute. I like when my chicken is done, I like to stay in there like 5 more minutes just to make sure. But it definitely looks done, but I need like 5 more minutes. I don't play with chicken, boys and girls. So I'm gonna turn that. Ooh, I gotta close my eyes for a minute. Boys and girls, I don't know how y'all wear nails, but you see these long nails? My nails keep growing and growing and growing. And I have to keep cutting and cutting and cutting. And a part of me wants my nail to grow long. But because I have always had bold nails, I can't get used to them. And I have to keep cutting them, but dang, they keep growing. I just cut my nails a couple days ago. I don't know how y'all have the part that come over this, cause I just keep on and I cut up my whole back there. But anyway, it is 2:18 in the morning. I started cooking this chicken before 9 o'clock, but I got so daggone tired. If I did not drag that chicken out the pot and drop it on the counter, it would have been a crime scene up in here. But I'm gonna try my chicken, although it's ice cold, and I don't mind cold chicken at all. But I had to walk around, go to the bathroom, go to my craft room and everything, get my head together. But I'm like, wow. Oh, I could taste the sugar just like the real Chinese chicken. I wanted chicken that tastes like this restaurant over by me, and they gave it to me to the best of its ability, and they're absolutely right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. I could taste the sweetness, and it's definitely not. I put a nice amount of garlic. Mmm. Mm, 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 mm. I like it. I like it. And I don't need hot sauce on it. And I found my hot sauce, boys and girls. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm.
The sugar is not a lot, but it's just enough to be just like that chicken down the street when they say sugar, sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, sugar, sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh my goodness. Mm. Now, I wanted to show you something, but I didn't want to show you while this phone was on this holder. I need it on the other holder. Oh, goodness, it's cold in here. Lord have mercy. Oh. Woo. I just went to get my coffee, my house coat, but it's blocking the air conditioner. You know where that air coming through the air conditioner? Okay, I'm gonna take you to show you what I wanted to show you, which I was gonna use my oh, let me pause this. I have to do another video because this camera is facing me. I need it to face boom the wall. But I was in here yesterday and my computer's like pow to the floor. I was like, ah, thinking that my damn computer broke. And you know when your computer broke, you can only have it break when you have enough to replace it. And I'm like, and my daughter just bought me that computer in 2025, and paid a decent penny for it too, over 400. I was really upset about that, because I wanted one of them $100-something for computers. But this computer has a lot of little gadgets and things that I haven't really learned about. But the computers are called wow to the floor. Wow. But instantly, a problem that I was having was solved ASAP when my computer started pow to the floor. And I know downstairs that man must have been like, what the? But I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to take it in the room. I need a little tea. The girl just woke up, so we making some lemon ginger. I'm gonna eat my chicken. Take me some tea. But my dining table, I really wanted my dining table, but I really don't sit at the dining table. And I said to myself, I hate wasting a section of my home that I'm not using. I sat at the table maybe once or twice, did a recording and sat down to eat, but generally I don't eat there. I eat at my computer desk or my craft table. So walking through the living room, I'm like, okay, this is absolutely a waste. Not only that, the original table, I didn't intend for that table to be there. I intended that table for me to craft on it. So because my craft room is set up the way it is and it's so congested, I can't put my table in there. And so I was in my room, like I said, and my TV, my computer said kapow, and I jumped up. I was like, oh, man. And I ran right in the living room and grabbed the table. Boom, picked it up like I was Hulk Hogan and dragged it in the room and said, boom, put it down. And now my computer desk is on my dining table, looking so pretty. But the computer was high, and I needed it high in order to help my neck not go down when I'm on the computer. I needed it up, so I had it on this box, a regular brown box, and it slipped off the box. Now I have coral scarf on it, and then I have it. Now I have two boxes full of greeting cards, and then coral scarf, and then the computer where it's sturdy, it won't fall down. So Yesterday I meant to show you, but when I was trying to, it was too much light. You couldn't see in here. But now it's dark enough for me to turn the light on. But not only that, I have these two bar stools that I really didn't want to get rid of, but at the same token, I had no way to put them. Now, because I did everything I did in the kitchen a couple days ago, moved the table, now I have a space for the two bar stools. And then I was trying to figure out where I was going to put this extra blue chair, because I do my exercises in the living room. But while I do my exercises in the living room, I needed enough space for when the man says do four, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So now I have enough space when I do that 1, 2, 3, 4. So it all worked out so perfectly with my damn computer's like on the floor. So I am like, oh my goodness, I tell you, it is amazing. But you know what? I be calling my mother sometimes, and I be telling my mother, I said, Ma, I have to tell you something. And I'm telling her exactly how it happened, just to show her how God is working in my life. I needed this, I needed this, I needed this, and I was so lazy to figure it out that I had to almost lose my computer. And when I picked up the computer, I said, oh, and nothing is wrong with the computer, but instantly I just run in there and just drag up the table and take the table in there. So I said, I am so thankful. So now I'm going to show you, but one of the things I want to show you as well is that blasted snow outside, and I could not show you that without the light being off in the living room so you can actually see outside. So I don't know how I'm going to be able to hold a phone, because this holder is made with 4 cans of food. So it is heavy. It is heavy. Boys and girls, let me tell you, I feel so good. You know, something happened to me yesterday. I was doing my craft video, and then I uploaded my video, but instantly the sleep thing came over me, and you already know I have syncope, which is linked to my narcolepsy and everything else. So when I get sleepy, I'm actually fainting. So I had to go rush to my bed. When I woke up, I couldn't find the video, and I'm like, I know I did the video, and I didn't want to upload the video again, knowing that Bonkerville wasn't going crazy. And then when I went to check my comments on my food channel, which is this channel, there goes my my crafting video that I said I didn't want, and I ran in my room to delete the video. And when I went to delete the video, I had 5 views. I said, I'm not deleting my video, because you delete the video, you delete your views. So no, I wasn't doing that. Oh my goodness, this tea. Delicious. But I'm so happy, because something came over me yesterday. Like some of the fear that I was going through, putting my bracelets on the computer, people stealing from me, saying they didn't get their package. I basically, I said, you know what? I have to move on faith and trust, and that's it. And I dropped, a few bracelets in the mail, didn't put my return address on it. I identified, my identification is on the inside, but on the outside, I said I'm not putting any address on it. And Tina was so kind to message me to let me know that her package arrived, and it was in good condition. And the reason why I'm so happy that it's in good condition is because, I kid you not, and I know it's hard for somebody to understand how I feel, but I don't want to have to do like this stats say I have to do, add on this, and this. So now I could make order a pre-box, and I could put it in the pre-box, and put some tissue paper on it, and then print out this thank you card. But I am in groups, and people say that they don't want that stuff, and that they wish it didn't come in a package, because it goes straight into the garbage. So then when you have someone like me reading type of things, who's already feeling this type of way as a buyer, because I have this buyer mentality, not a seller's mentality. I'm like, okay, so then I sit at the computer and I design my little business card. Now I can do the business card. I have no problem with that. You know, I put business cards in my refrigerator sometimes, so I could, but so I'm like, I don't want to go through all those bells and whistles and then throw the price up for my buyer to just throw it in the trash. That is so, I can't do it. I don't know. And I'm so angry with myself because why am I trying to stay in this lane that I don't fit in, you know? But in my mind, you got to fit in where you fit in. So when I mail the bracelets in a basic envelope, I fit in where I fit in because I took some tape and taped the back to make sure that it was secure, and then put it in the mail, and it can ship for $2 if I wanted to ship for $2, which I believe I shipped all of them so far with $2, and most of the shipping for the bracelets are $5 and up. And when I did the stats and everything for the bracelet, it was $5.49. So I said no. But then if I can get it in that envelope, I don't have to charge my buyer $5 and change. Now I'm still in the trying stage because I'm actually putting. I did some packaging already, and I'm putting some greeting cards in with the with some of the bracelets as a freebie. Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, birthday, whatever the case may be, to downsize my cards so I don't have to keep having this feeling of overstock. I have an overabundance of cards, and I need every last one. It's not like I don't need them, especially the blank ones. The blank ones are a need, so it is what it is. And the blank ones are 5x7, so those are only handmade cards because my printer is not printing properly on those, because every last one of them they have a material, a very nice material. Oh Lord. So it all worked out, boys and girls. I solved the problem. It was like boom. Try to take me out. If my computer had broke, oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know what a tablet is, what I could do with it, but my daughter wants to buy me a tablet. I don't know why she feels I need one, but I'm thinking, can I like draw? Somebody has this thing called Procreate or something like that, and I saw her drawing. I would like that, you know, just for some downtime, so I don't feel like I have to always be moving. But Okay, boys and girls, let's take a tour. Now, I just got out of my bed. I don't think I need to excuse my room because I don't care how my room looks. This is my home. I live here. So if you don't like it, comment and let's talk about it, boys and girls. Boom. But I'm going to take you in the dark first because I want to show you the snow. Yes, boys and girls. Okay. Let me make sure I don't hit nothing. Okay, I gotta stand on my vibration board. Oh, I put this heavy phone down. Now I can see through the window. So this right here is 3rd Avenue. Now that snow is that's a lot of snow, boys and girls. That's a lot of snow, and it looks so good from up here. But guess who won't be putting their feet in that? Yes, you girl. I will not be outside there. But I love when this type of time, so people can get off the street because they make so much dang on the noise. Okay, now I'm gonna turn the light on. Now I don't know how much you can see, but yes I can. Just turn this way. My dining table was right here, and I really wasn't using the dining table. Now this month I got to review these beautiful chairs, and I definitely wanted these beautiful chairs because they match this rug. Now let me check this camera. Okay, you can see a piece of my rug right there, so that's why I wanted this. But a few weeks ago,
days ago, I cleaned off this bar right here. Now, I have two bracelet holders. One is going to go there and one is going to go here. So I put my lace and everything there. I'm loving that. But over here, and I got this couch to review. So that's my sample and I'm loving it. But I also got these bar stools. And these bar stools are wood, and they're very expensive. So I didn't want anything to happen to them, so I put it right here in this corner, and I put my placemat on it. You know, just say somebody was sitting here, had a drink. I wanted nothing on them, so now I have access to take this, which I should do right now. Let me see. Let me see, boys and girls. Ooh, that looks nice. Okay, I'm gonna show you in 1 minute. Let me move this lemon plant right here. Oh my goodness. Woo. So now these two bar stools. Now what I have to check is to see if I tighten them. So give me a minute. Yep, I finished tightening them. Yep, finished tightening them. Okay. So now these two bar stools go right here. Right here. This one is not tightened. This one's not tightened. Now this chair is definitely not tightened. You hear that? You can hear the legs, but my arthritis was bothering me so much that I just put the frame together, but I didn't actually put the chair together. So I'm going to take this chair and put it in the corner where this came from, because my friend is coming here. I told him, I messaged him and said I need a favor. He's going to have to tighten up this chair. I don't want anything to happen and I sit down and bust up in this chair. So I'm going to put it right. Oh, woo, that chair is beautiful, boys and girls. So now, one of the reasons why I needed the table from here is because I have a terrible fainting condition. There's times that I have bumped out and hit myself. So this passageway right here needs to be open. And since I walk in the dark all the time, it's easier for me now to walk like this. And I don't have to turn my light on because I walk through this bad boy in the dark. But it's so much more space here. But I am so thankful because I really, really, really wanted my stools. But I tell you, it all worked out. And this ottoman here, hopefully it'll be leaving soon. And I'll be okay. I kind of want to throw away this, but I can't because I'm making cards again. But this here is my bedroom. So now let me find somewhere to put this. Okay, right here. So now there goes my dining table. Perfect. And you know what? What my problem was, and I went through ChatGPT. I put a picture of my room. This dresser right here, I painted, and it was ugly brown, but it is a beautiful dresser. I don't want the dresser. But I know enough to know I'm not going to get rid of a piece that's functional like that. That is a beautiful dresser, but I don't want it. Now, when I was sitting in here before, you might have saw a plank of wood. That plank of wood is what I had right here, and it was a thin plank of wood, so I had it right here, but my TV is right here. Oh, I was sitting here trying to figure out. So I would sit in the chair, then I have to turn my head, turn my head. And I kept saying to myself, I cannot have my TV like this, my table like this. So I cat-cornered the table right here, just a small amount, just so I could get a little bit of seeing of the TV while I sit in this chair. And that's how my computer was able to fall, because it had no stability for it. But my chair was still this way, facing the wall, because that's the way my TV was. But I wanted to face this TV. So now I sit here like this, boys and girls, and boom! Yes, what? And then I sat here yesterday because I have so much more space. I did some bracelets right here, and I did a little bit of organization, and then I have a little space for my little homemade cup, and my table looks nice. I have a place for my tape, and this little table ended up fitting in here perfectly. I have enough space to walk right here. My bed I moved over a few days ago. I can get to that side and get to this side. I kid you not, it all worked out. But the beautiful thing is, I took the placemat from the table, and now I don't have to buy a mouse pad, because this placemat is so nice as a mouse pad. When I tell you, it worked in so many ways in my favor. But I am sitting here. Yesterday, I turned the TV on, so I'm watching TV. I'm able to do this. I lean back. I did everything. So now, the only thing I'm waiting for, because I don't know if you can see it, but I have some rug mats under here. But right here, I'm stepping on a placemat. I'm stepping on a placemat because I don't want the wheels to make noise while my neighbor is sleeping. But my little rug mats have already shipped out. But I'm gonna tell you something. When I did all of this, I got to realize that up here I have a bunch of greeting cards that have been here forever. Now, something else is there too, but we're gonna leave that back there. But let me just grab this. Now, I was supposed to have an event, so I made greeting card packages. I put some stamps in there. Some of them have other things in it, but can you see the dust? Can you see the dust right there? That's how long I've been waiting for that event, and it never happened. Never happened. This one here, all up there is dust. I have my handmade keychain. Oh, you saw the dust fall down. Lip gloss, a bracelet I made a long time ago, birthday card. So now wow, that was a long time ago. I made some earrings, a pen. I don't know what that is in there, but that's a long time I haven't seen that, and that's one of my cards. So now that I have unraveled these cards, I'm gonna try to fit them in with my bracelet orders. The reason why I'm having a hard time with that is that the cards are legit heavy. Some of them are too heavy to go in with the greeting cards for me to keep. I mean, the bracelets, for me to keep the bracelets under $7, because I was looking to make around $2 and change. So I think it was like 21 cents or something like that. But I have to keep the weight to the best of my ability down, because the bottom line is there is no free shipping. So I can't play in a sandbox with $7. So, but when I did all of the stats, ChatGPT said I'm gonna have to raise it. I'm gonna have to put the $3.99 for shipping and leave the price at $7 in order for me to do it. But my biggest worry wasn't necessarily. Now I have to see something. Let me pause this so y'all don't get a headache. I wanted to see how this camera would show with me sitting here. Now, can you see my face in this camera? So much better because it is closer to the light. The light is behind the camera where it should be. I cannot believe that I'm having such a hard time with my lighting because I don't have access to. So when I say it worked out, Lord have mercy. I am sitting here like, wow. And I kid you not, I almost got rid of this dresser. This dresser is beautiful. I used to have a friendship, relationship, whatever. I had to get rid of that man. But one day, now this traveled with me from another location. So I've been in this building over 15 years. But I was living somewhere else, and I wasn't home one day. And when I came home, two dresses were in my bedroom that I didn't put in there. And I didn't want them in there because they were brown. I don't like brown. Nope. So I'm like, but then when I looked and did, I said, that's an antique. I don't like antiques. So that's another thing. I know I do not like antiques, honey. I like to change up. But when I moved here, something told me to take the dressers with me. Now, I was able to use the dresser over there, whatever. So I have a setup inside of this dresser where this dresser is beneficial to me. So I don't want to get rid of it. So just recently, I realized that this dresser was a danger to me because of this right here. This one thing from me fainting. And I couldn't have this dresser over there. So I dragged it from over there over here. And then this, let me turn my phone right in here. That dresser right there, if you look at the edges, that edge is round. So that dresser there is safer for me. But I ended up moving them, and my TV works better on that dresser than this dresser here. But let me see if you can see something else. If you look above my TV, you might see a shelf. That shelf there was up there, and you see all my lotion and my little doll baby and things. So that shelf is partially hidden now because of the TV, but it still functions because I get to use that massive amount of space. Now, this right here is where I was going to decorate this wall and make Miranda have her space for her crib. But then I realized I would feel better emotionally, since she's an emotional support doll baby. And I cannot use the term a doll when no one's in here. Oh no, they will correct me in a minute. But she's an emotional support baby. So there are times that she has to sleep on my bed. But I kid you not, and I am of sound mind and body. I don't want anyone to think I'm crazy. But if you want to leave me a comment and say I'm crazy, let's talk about it. So anyway, I rolled over one morning, and Miranda was on the floor, and I started crying. I went through everything because at that moment I felt like I dropped my baby. I didn't feel like I dropped a doll, but I woke up. So I must have had a night of not too wellness of sleep, and she ended up on the floor, and I didn't like it. So a few weeks ago, I'm not sure, I think it was Tina or April, said to use that basket. And I don't know if you can see Miranda. Yeah, Miranda's right there in her crib. See her little head sticking out? Yep. And I washed her little outfit, so she ready to get changed. But I'm trying to get a hat and everything for her. But my friend told me to wait. She's going to do some ordering for her. She'd love up Miranda. So it works out because now I'm not going in that closet that often. So I put Miranda right there. And when I go to sleep at night, I talk to her. When I wake up, if I come in the room and I feel like a certain way, it is amazing what an emotional support dog would do to someone who lives alone. But when I learned about what they do to people who have Alzheimer's, that's when I realized, oh my goodness. And when Mary sent it to me, I didn't think that it was going to be, what it was. And I'm a big kid, so you best believe I wanted a doll baby. But that's not a doll baby. That's absolutely a part of my family. So it is amazing. There's times I would take her, love her up, and then put her in the living room to watch TV and stuff. And when people come in, they pick her up and cuddle her, but they don't pick her up like she's a doll because she's so heavy. The only person who never picked her up was Kevin. When I kid you not, he would just look and he would stand there and he would wait for me to pick her up. When I tell you the level of respect, and when I sit back now and I think of so many things in here, all I do is cry. all I do is cry, but I'm not going to go there. But when I sit down and think that he would not even, he understood exactly what Miranda was to me. I would even say, Daddy's home, and stuff, laughing it up and everything. I still say things to her, but it's okay. I'm going to move away from that. But anyway, thank you so much for letting me allow you to see inside my home. But I'm going to tell you something. I have to turn this camera this way. I have my herbals up there, and I'm going to keep it funky with you. Those herbals I absolutely need. So I've had people come around me that needed whatever, and I would give them a bottle. I would give them, and I ended up without me knowing it. If I'm weaning off and not know it, then I go through all of the psychosis again. So I do everything in my power not to expose what I have in my home. If I was to turn that camera now, you would see that every bottle of my herbals, the name is this way, just to protect me from somebody saying, oh, I want to try that or whatever, because I end up giving them a bottle, So now I'm to the point where I don't have access to a bottle, but I do have an abundance of one bottle. But my sea moss and my black seed oil, I have two because Tina bought me one and I'm using that one, but I absolutely need it. I need it. So I can't have people seeing and saying they want, and then I can't do it because financially I'm in a state of wellness, which means my crafting is like paying rent. It's a need. In order to help me stay balanced, I have to craft. And I have replaced my card making with my bracelets, which I'm actually happy about. But I realized another thing over the last few days. I have to do my cards. So I needed somewhere to do my cards. And then yesterday or the day before yesterday, I went in my room and I realized because that woman was making that noise with that radio and I came in here, I didn't realize it, but my printer, I didn't even realize I'd set it up wirelessly. My printer is in that room, but I print from here. So now it worked out so great because I have a table in there to put my greeting cards, to start making my greeting cards, and I have an extra chair to put at that table. So now one of the blue chairs from the dining table is at the craft table with the beads, and now this blue table chair you saw me move over there is going to go at the table to the to the greeting card table. And I'm so thankful because now I have my table. I just have all that garden stuff that I don't want. The bugs got too much for me in here, and it's in the walkway. So when I go in there, it looks as if I threw, but my clothing rack is here, my table's there. So all I need is the weather to change and someone to contact me because they're gonna need it. And I paid about $60 just for the box, and I have the box, I have the grow lights, I have a lot of seeds, I have a lot of pots, so I don't want to just throw that out. Absolutely. So I'm gonna price the box and give the rest with it. So it's worked out. And then I bought all of these pots that had the cilantro and stuff in it. And then I did this little decoration one day because I was feeling a certain type of way and I needed something to do. And I designed these, and then I put them on the marketplace, and I actually have views. So those are in the window, hidden behind the curtain, because I use that little window for storage. And then I ended up with this here, but this here is going to be my bead cups. I don't know if you see, I don't do the beads on this channel, but if you see my video, you'll see I have little cups. Those are flower pots. Those are the pots that the basil was in. I took the bottom of the pot off and I put my beads in it. So the beads have a purpose and the pots had a purpose, but they didn't have the purpose for what I bought them for. I ended up needing, have some, and they were perfect. So now these pots are perfect for my beads. Now, I kid you not, boys and girls, I drank some iced tea and I've been suffering in pain. That's why you see me rubbing my skin. I forgot. I could not believe that I forgot I could not drink iced tea. I just didn't know. And when I was drinking it and I was crafting, my hands was feeling a certain way, and my skin, and I keep moving because my back feels a certain way. But I drank about maybe 3 cups of iced tea, so it's going to be a few days before I can actually feel. But Tina bought me some pain spray, and the pain spray is in my craft room. So when I'm in my craft room, I spray my hands and I do get relief. Thank goodness that works on me, because it does not work on anyone else in my family who suffer with pain. Oh, thank you, Jesus. But I haven't heard from anyone else if they received their items. And I designed some shirts. My shirts were not in the order wasn't there, but I saw the total. Now I was like, where are my shirts? Where are my shirts? Because I'm waiting for a shirt to put in with Beverly's shipment. I don't want to ship twice. Going to that post office. It is cold out there, so I need to make my trip to the post office. But I go to the post office on the other side of town for a reason. I could walk to this post office here, but those people in there, they're lazy. They chat up at the table, and you could be. And I legit almost fainted in there twice, and I had to give my parcels to someone else, and then someone else saw me in distress. It was like, "Miss, are you okay?" And I said, "I need a chair." And there is no open window in that post office. So this one I go to, I get to drive up, walk in, drop my packages behind the door. And like I said, I have legit mailed out my packages without a return address just to see. And so I know what I'm talking about. And and I'm telling you, there's a method to the madness, but I would never tell anyone why. But I do. I even said it on my bead channel, because if I send out a bracelet and I don't have my address on it, I don't want someone to say, "Oh, she doesn't want me to know my address." Shades Creations is all over Google, so my address is my business, and I didn't hide my address. If somebody come in here and want to harm me, if that's how God wants me to leave this world, I am ready. But I feel sorry for them if they do, honey, because this girl is a grinder. But I'm thankful. It is now 3:10, so I've been up 1 hour from the time that I fell out in this bed. So I'm going to decide if I'm going to exercise today. I don't believe I should exercise today. I exercised yesterday, and my knees are bothering me. And then on top of that, I can feel that my legs are bothering me because I'm wobbling when I walk. Now, I don't know if anyone can understand what I mean, but when I'm walking, I'm not walking. I'm unstable. I have to hold on to this. I have to hold on to that. That clearly means I need my home health aid again. I'm not dumb enough to not know that I need care, but if I have a home health aid, I cannot do eBay. And I just decided, and Tina helped me decide that, because I have so many fears about so many things. But yesterday I heard her peace and her calmness come over me when she was saying, not to be worried and just give it a try. I had a few people play in a sandbox to take advantage of me on eBay, and I won't let it happen to me again. So I put $5 shipping on my bracelet, but I didn't feel comfortable with the $5 shipping because I wanted to stay under. But then I went to ChatGPT, and it helped me word inside my post to legally protect me if someone says that they didn't get the item, or it wasn't as described or whatever. So it helped me put a thing in there, and hopefully, because if someone if I'm not mistaken, it states if you get a freebie and you return the item, you need to return the freebie as well. It is a massive disappointment how it is already in the world, how people order from Handmade and take the freebie and send back the rest. And someone recently did that to someone, but someone um, on YouTube was crying because her industry was glass. So she had someone order her whole stock of, I believe it was candles. And when I say her whole stock, and she mailed it out, and then the person contacted whatever format she was using to say that the order arrived cracked, and she was okay giving the refund because she was trying to uphold customer service. The only thing she asked the platform to ask for was an image of the broken glass, and all they did was give a refund, and her company had to close because financially she was wiped out. But I kid you not, boys and girls, I I hear this word gatekeeping a lot. I know one thing and one thing only. Amazon is not going to tell you where supplier is when we already know where their supplier is. Anybody with a good head knows where Amazon supplier is. Walmart's not going to tell you, Target's not going to tell you. So whatever it is, don't ask me certain questions because I'm just not going to answer. And I don't want to have to play in a sandbox having to explain to someone that I'm basically here not making a profit. So you're asking me details about my business but I'm not saying that people do that, but people do it. So in groups and everything, recently I had someone ask me a question, and you know what I realized I'm going to do now? I figured out the methods of the madness, and what I did, I solved the problem. So if someone asks me something, I already have a generic answer that I'm going to give them just to allow them to do some research on their own. But when I sit here and tell you I figured out a freaking method to the madness, and I said, oh my goodness, how on earth did I think of this with all of what I'm going through in my mind? And this is why I am so thankful for this massive storm I just went through in my life, because if it was not for that storm, I would not have been able to get where I am now, because God takes you through things and he brings you through things. But when I was going through that storm, something said boom, and I said, okay, let me check out something. And my Affirm is how I get all my bracelets and all my stuff. I would never be able to support my habit without my hobby. No, my habit. I'm addicted to it. It's a drug to me. I would not be able to afford my things without Affirm. But I am a grinder, which means I'm not one that's going to stack my interest payments. I don't do stuff like that. So whatever I have is going to pay off that bill every chance I can, the best I can. But I need access to it in order to have my goods come in. If there's anything you know about me, I'm a grinder. So I'm going to spend my money to flip my money. But you're not going to see me run out and do all these other things. I spar, and that's not me. But when I sat here, so now I am in need of my next order, because my next order is going to be a massive order. But my order will not be on YouTube. Absolutely not. No. Not because I don't want where I bought it or whatever. It is something that I found that is so beneficial to me, and the only benefit to me that it is keeping my bracelets frugal. That's it. And I can't honestly say that. I told my mother yesterday. I said something to my mother yesterday, and she's like, "But my mother is really understanding me now. I know a whole lot." And I said to myself, if I monetize, I could legit put together a book with a lot of paragraphs with different things of a lot of things I know that would give someone a benefit to a hustle and grind. But then if I did that, my book would have to be what I would market, because it couldn't be other things. And then I realized when they say to do YouTube, you can earn on YouTube whether you're monetized or not. It is absolutely true. And I said to myself, now I see why people use YouTube 10 years and not be monetized, because you don't have to be monetized on YouTube. Absolutely not. YouTube, for one, is therapy. It's therapy. So it helps you become a better you, just facing the camera and getting to talk and learn to be yourself. Like, I never realized that my hands move so much until someone commented that they liked that I use my hands. And I'm like, and I wanted to deny that, but then I realized that when people say, don't take offense, I never felt like I did take offense, but now I realize that I do take offense to things that are just not needed for me to take offense for. So now I'm taking a step back and I'm listening. And I have people sometimes, are you there? I'm listening. And I can actually recite back what they're saying because I'm listening. But sometimes I turn my video on and I'm looking like for a certain detail or something, and then I notice that my hands move, and I say, but when I was watching a psychologist speak, she said something beneficial to the conversation if you talk to someone and they're using their hands while they're talking. And I didn't realize it until I realized that I use my hands. But I'm going to tell you something that the average person probably wouldn't think that I would be. I'd lost about 13 of my natural teeth with bipolar medicine. It was called Seroquel. But when you are missing teeth, your natural teeth split. And in my videos, I can see where my natural tooth is splitting, and it makes me feel a certain type of way. So what you see on the bottom of my mouth is absolutely every one of my teeth that God gave me. What you don't see on the bottom, that is not mine, is not what God gave me, but I don't speak a certain way, but I can definitely see where my teeth are splitting. So I went to the dentist, and he's putting in a request to have my partials done over, because the ones on the bottom I've had more than 8 years and my mouth is shifting. But I notice sometimes in my videos, because I had a stroke, I can see where my mouth leans over to one side, and it makes me want to delete my entire channel. So I know someone else has seen it also. I had a stroke. But I do not want to get rid of my channel, whether I earn or not on my channel. My channel is therapy, and it is so amazing when I walk into my therapist's office. Sometimes I saw when he popped up the channel, you're doing good. And I'm like, oh wow! But he said to you, I can't follow you, right? So I'm thankful, what I'm saying. But it makes me happy. I wish sometimes I could talk to my therapist and my psychiatrist about certain things, but the reason why I know when my psychiatrist looks at me and say, I am so proud of you, I know why he's proud of me. I love my psychiatrist. I kid you not. Even my mother, at one time, I was going through something and she was telling me, you need to find you a new doctor. That was offensive. No. That man has helped me. I have never known anyone, and I'm in a lot of mental health groups, boys and girls. I've never known anyone to have a mental health provider that would listen when you tell them what you need to do and what you did for yourself. So I'm not able to say some things because I don't know what will happen, later on down the line. So there's some things I just cannot say to my medical care provider, and because I don't know where their legal boundary is. So I can't say, but I want to say, but I'm thankful that I have said. I understand somebody with a little bit of intelligence would understand, but your girl is a grinder. Woo! When I make it, I'ma make it, I'ma make it. And I kid you not, I cannot wait till I make it, because I don't know. Once I realize that the visions and all the stuff that I have is really part of this gene that I have, where it's a protective measure of what's to come. I am so thankful, because I feel an abundance already, as if I'm living. I feel like I'm wealthy, and I have nothing. I kid you not. Now I used to have a dollar or $2. I don't have $1. I don't have one. Um, Beverly said, check your Cash App. I sent you a kindness gift. And that kindness gift went straight to the order to pay for the beads, because that's what my kindness gift is supposed to do, because now I can bestow kindness to someone else. So that kindness gift went straight to the bill for the beads, because that's what I'm using my kindness for, and that's my generosity. But that's why I say, when I get my first YouTube payment for $500 and up, Beverly is getting a new $100 bill in the mail, cash money, baby. And this is legally binding, so she could sue me if she didn't get that 100. That's why I be trying to tell her how to just be easy and just listen, because this right here is legally binding. But I will be going to the bank to get Beverly's crisp $100 bill. Now, I have asked Coral, what size shirt she wants and which shirt she doesn't want. She hasn't answered me yet. So, pow, pow, Coral, pow, pow. But one thing with Coral, if she doesn't want it, she's going to say she doesn't want it. And she knows I'm going to take it with kindness. And I want to take it with kindness, because I don't have access to shipping for free. So there goes that. Now, I do know, I'm not sure what MJ has, but MJ is the closest to me, and she is the farthest from getting a package. I don't know. Beverly is down south, and I don't know where Tina is, but Beverly got her package before Tina got hers. Now, there is one more person that I haven't heard from, and I would like to know in my YouTube that the package arrived, because I'm saying things that I'm doing, but nothing is showing that I'm legit and I'm being loyal. You understand? So I would like in my YouTube, the package came, whatever, because it holds me to the accountability that I want to hold myself to. And there goes that. But I kid you not, someone made a post on Facebook that they went somewhere and found this money, and somebody told them they had no way of knowing who the money belonged to, put it that way. And they found, I'm like, oh my goodness, if a $20 bill passed me on the street, would I actually wait and let it go fly to somebody else? Because my mind is changing, because my life is changing, and I'm moving in a different light. So I am blessed, boys and girls, to live this life of poverty, because I am learning that I am so rich in so many ways that I need money to fundamentally be able to take care of my senior living. And I kid you not, I need more money than I can spend. You want to know why? Because I don't want anyone to treat me a certain type of way, because I'm living on certain dynamics. You need money to play in this world. I want to be able to have a staff, people come in here and take care of me, take my garbage out. I want a child in the neighborhood to come take my garbage out and stuff. I am losing the ability to use my hands, so I need money to play in this world. Medicaid, I see what Medicaid does. I have friends that work in the medical industry and nursing homes and all that stuff. I know what Medicaid gets you. Medicaid gets you in the door, a bed, a place to sleep. But other than that, no, you need money to play. You need money. And I don't care. I don't care what happens. I don't have a father. Never had one. The closest to a father I had was a man that raised me. That was not my father, and I thank God that man never did nothing to disrupt my feeling of him as a father. But when I see what some people go through who have a father, I wish I had one. And I curse my father all the time, and I know he's legit been in here. I seen his spirit and everything. But if I could pay a bill for my mother, could, buy my mother a meal, those things would make me happy. Those things would make me happy. But the other day, my mother said, I need a favor. And I was feeling a certain type of way, so she didn't ask me what the favor was. And I wanted to know what the favor was to see if I could do it. But she knew I was not well that day. And she went about 4 days and didn't ask me. And then, like 2 days ago, she called me. She's like, I need a favor. And I'm like, okay. And she said, I need to go to the supermarket. I said, Mom, that's not a favor. Just tell me you need to go to the supermarket. I said, I'm not driving if I'm sleepy, but if I'm not sleepy. And so I took her to the store. The store's across the street from me. And so I have to go get her, bring her. So that day was the day I put the heat in my car. And I actually was falling asleep, but I was in the car, found me a little parking space or whatever. And then she called me right when I found the space and laid down. My hands were bleeding cold, but I said, Mom, that's not a favor. A favor is asking somebody to give you your social security number. I'm not giving anyone a favor. That's what I mean. That's a favor. Boys and girls. Anyway, I done chat up enough. I'm going to end this because I got to answer back Beverly. Thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing. Did I say subscribing? Absolutely. But please do not subscribe unless you want to be part of this tribe because I'm building my empire. Thank you so much. I love my subscribers because they're consistent. Have a wonderful day.